Lesson 12. The Saint Teresa of Calcutta. I wait in Mother Teresa's office. She come after a few minutes and apologize for keeping me waiting, takes a chair, clasps her hands on the table and asks me to begin. So, she was 5 feet tall and of a slender build. Her deep-set eyes were of greyish-brown color. She had high cheekbones and very thin lips. Wrinkles showed her age and the hard life she had led. It was a homely face. There was kind of austere severity about the blue-bordered white sari. It costs less than 50 rupees, which binded her forehead up to her eyebrows and was pinned at different places to drape the rest of her body. A small iron cross dangled on her left shoulder. Mother, tell me about yourself and your family. Why you became a nun? She spoke with an Indian lilt in her voice. Her answers were brief and did not add much more to what I had read about her. She was born on 27th August 1910 in Skopje, Macedonia, one of 3 children of an Albanian storekeeper and his peasant wife. They were a happy family. Her interest in missionary activity began at 12, when she heard of the work being done by Jesuits in Kurseong near Darjeeling. When I asked her if 12 was not too young to decide on a life's career, she replied, "We are never too young to love." By the time she was 18, any doubts she might have had were resolved and she became a nun. She joined the Loreto nuns in Dublin and after a year's training and learning English, came to Kolkata in 1929 as geography teacher in St. Mary's High School. She was principal of the school for many years. She found the cloistered comfort of the convent against the spirit of her calling. On 10th September 1946, I was going to Darjeeling to make my retreat. It was in that train I heard the call to give up and follow him to the slums to serve him among the poorest of the poor. There are poor people in Kolkata. She sought permission to work in the slums. The Pope gave her his blessings. She spent 3 months of the summer with the American Medical Missionary Sisters in Patna, receiving intensive training in nursing, and later that year, 1948, opened her first slum school in a private house given to her. A few months later, her old student, Subhashini Das, joined her as Sister Agnes. A new order, the Missionaries of Charity, was instituted in Kolkata. One of the 4 Catholic orders taken by her is poverty. It is to be very strictly observed, because to be able to love the poor and to know the poor, we must be poor ourselves. A special vow is giving wholehearted free service to the poor. This vow means that one cannot work for the rich, neither can one accept any money for the work we do. Ours has to be free service to the poor. Mother Teresa, when did you develop this special interest in the dying? I asked her. It is a vocation, a calling. Nobody wants the dying, the diseased, the sick, and the crippled. I wanted those whom no one wanted, no one loved or cared for. How did it start? I mean, this particular interest in death. I don't remember the exact date, but when I left Loreto in 1948, I saw a woman lying in front of a hospital, half eaten up by rats and maggots. I looked after her till she died. Then the police commissioner gave me this place next to Kali Temple. Why did you choose India? And why Kolkata? She let a gentle smile come over her face. I was sent here, and I love the people of Kolkata. They have a warmth which you don't see anywhere else. She told me of an experience that made the people of Kolkata so lovable. During the floods last year, I was bringing victims to places of shelter. A lady who had never known me brought me hot food in her car. Where else in the world do you come across people like that? It is obvious that Mother Teresa would have gone to any country with the same unquestioning obedience and worked up the same enthusiasm for the people amongst whom she had to live. Since she was sent to India, she assiduously Indianized herself. Here was the first Catholic order to adopt the Indian sari, the Indian style of sitting cross-legged on the floor in the chapel, eating Indian food in Indian manner. She taught herself Bengali, which she now speaks fluently, and when India became free, she took Indian nationality. I asked her how she got the money to run her worldwide organization. She replied, "It comes. Money is no great problem. God gives through His people. We have never been short of money. It is more important to get people involved, to make them realize that the sick, old, and hungry are their brothers. When you write about me, I hope you will highlight that." When she started her first school in the slums, all she had was ₹5. But as people came to know what she was doing, they brought things and money. It was all divine providence, she said, and narrated some miracles. Once, in winter, they ran out of quilts. The nuns found sheets, but there was no cotton to stuff in them. Mother Teresa got her pillow, and just as she was about to rip it open, the bell rang. Somebody who was leaving Kolkata and posting abroad had come to leave his quilts and mattresses with Mother Teresa. On another occasion, when they had run out of rice, a lady who had never been to them before brought a bag of rice. Out of curiosity, they measured the amount with the tin cup they used for measuring their daily rations. It happened to be exactly the quantity they required. When I told the lady that, she broke down and cried. To realize that God had used her as an instrument of His will was too much for her. That afternoon, I was with Mother Teresa on a begging mission. We went to call on the manager of a big biscuit factory. They always give us broken biscuits, which they cannot sell as a Christmas gift. The sick like broken biscuits, she informed me. Mr. Jyoti Mukherjee, the younger manager of the firm, came out to receive her and escorted us to his teak wood-panelled air-conditioned office. Mother Teresa began by thanking him for what he had done in the past and continued, "You must have a lot of problems. Everything is in short supply. Flour, butter, sugar." It was evident that Mr. Mukherjee's speech had been taken out of his mouth. Yes, he agreed. "We are not producing anything like we did last year." Mother Teresa went on, "It must be more difficult for well-to-do people of the middle class. We poor people can beg. They are too ashamed to beg." I could see Mr. Mukherjee's defenses crumble. He looked unhappy with himself. Mother Teresa continued in a more gentle tone. "Why are there all these shortages? Why are prices going up? Please tell me. I do not understand politics." Jyoti Mukherjee became expansive and told her of union troubles, strikes, and lockouts. "Thanks God," exclaimed Mother Teresa. "We only work for God. There are no unions." She proceeded to elucidate on the hard times. "The other day we picked up a hungry beggar. He had not eaten for many weeks. When we brought him a plate of rice, he said, 'I haven't seen rice for many weeks. Let me look at it.' And he died staring at the plateful of rice." Mr. Mukherjee picked up his phone and rang up the storekeeper for 40 large tins of broken biscuits to be delivered to Mother Teresa. The people of Kolkata cherish her more than any other Indian. She is called the Angel of Mercy, Saint of the Gutters, the Gentle Mother. She died on September 5th, 1997, leaving all the world